Good morning, Adams County, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Adams County Goes to College. We're going to be talking today about the three probably most important things in your lives right now, which is talking about courses, majors, and professors. So let's start by talking about college courses. You've probably gotten emails or some sort of communication, whether it's at your school's orientation or some message of sort, talking about when you'll be registering for courses and the steps you need to take to do it. So for a lot of you, this might have already happened, or you might be doing that within this week or the next 2 weeks or so. If you haven't gotten any instructions about this yet, do check the email through your college and see if there's anything in there about an online portal or how to register for your classes. Right now, you do have a lot of flexibility in terms of what courses you can take. You can pretty much take any course from any discipline right now, and it'll still be fine and help you towards your graduation. A lot of colleges do have a core curriculum of sorts, where you'll be required to take certain classes in order to get your certificate and graduate at the end of your 4 years at that college. These will be some of your general education requirements, or they might just be some of these core classes that you'll need to take. Do try and get one that's at least somewhat related to your proposed major. Even if you haven't figured out what that major is just yet, this is a good time for you to explore different areas and figure out maybe if that is the major for you. And you may find that you take a class that you really like, but maybe you don't want to major in that field. Well, then you have the option of doing a minor in that field, which is to an extent the same thing as a major but lesser, so you don't take as many courses, so it's not as wide a base of knowledge as you would have with the major. Most importantly, don't overwhelm yourself your first semester in college. Most colleges will have you start out with 4 classes in your first semester, just so that way it is a nice, easy course load in terms of the number of courses you have. The reason why they only have you do these 4 classes is because this first semester especially is a transition time for you, and so there's a lot of changes happening and a lot of things you have to adjust to in your new life at college, and so having only 4 classes is a way to help make that transition a little bit easier for you. I'm sure if you've looked at your course registration booklets, you've realized that there are a lot of options to choose from, and it's going to be really hard for you to pick which ones you want to take right now. My advice here is pick out a bunch of ones that seem really interesting to you, and maybe save those other ones for maybe your spring semester or even another year when you're in college. You will have a lot of time to take a lot of different courses, so do spread out the wealth in terms of all the courses you're interested in. Most colleges don't make you declare a major until the second semester of your second year of college. This gives you 4 semesters that you can try out different disciplines in different fields to see if maybe there's something that you really enjoy out of these disciplines, and something you might want to major in might just pop up out of these classes. Odds are during your time in college, even if you are dead set on a major right now, you're probably going to change your major, or at the very least you're going to add a second major, or maybe add on a minor. And a good option is to combine your interests. So if you're interested in history and psychology, do a double major in each of those. Maybe tack on an education minor and you can be a teacher someday. The important thing to remember is that you're going to have to fit all of these classes into 4 years of college, and you don't want to take all of the classes all of the time. You'll also want to make time to fit in different extracurricular activities that you're interested in. So if you want to do athletics or do a semester abroad, do factor that in when you're thinking about your major and what type of courses you'd like to take, because you will need to find a way to build those semesters or schedules into your ultimate schedule of courses. And the last point I want to talk to you about is about your professors in college. One of the most important things to remember about your professors is that they are people too. Get to know them and go introduce yourself at the beginning of each semester, so that way they can get to know you, and that way you won't just be some random person in their class anymore. By building that relationship with your professor, it shows them that you are invested in their class. And the more invested you are in their class, the more invested they will be in you and helping you to achieve your future goals. It's important to note that your professors really do care about you. In this case, your professors will kind of be parental figures for you, and they'll kind of make sure that you're getting enough sleep and not getting super sick, and if you are getting super sick, that you go to the health center and get help for it. It's also super important that you never feel afraid to go talk to your professor. Even if you just want to ask them how their day is or tell them about how your day was, they will greatly appreciate the communication that you're having with them. And if you're struggling in the class or struggling with the concept, it's also really important that you go talk to them. The more you communicate with them, the better it will be for you. The most important piece of advice I can give you about your professors is the title of professor. You want to respect the title of the professor and respect the professor as someone who is a leader in their field, but do not be intimidated by the title of professor. They are here to teach you. They are educators, and they want to help you get to the best of your ability. So do not be intimidated by going to talk to your professor. They want you to come to them for help, and they will gladly help you with any question you might have. Remember, if you have any questions about registering for courses, picking a major, or talking to a professor, there are links down below where you can get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Well, Adams County, it's been fun. I'll see you next week.